There's never been a better time to have SiriusXM. With even more exclusive content, with over 150 channels in your vehicle, including the widest, deepest variety of music, ad-free. Root for your team. Get news. Listen to whatever makes you laugh. And hear all about your favorite stars. Your Platinum Plan offer includes more than ever before to enjoy online, on your phone, or at home. Create your own ad-free personalized stations powered by Pandora. Ad-free extra channels filled with music and enjoy those with SiriusXM Video. Thousands of hours of shows and performances on demand. What you love is on now.
Hey, welcome everybody, and good seeing you this late afternoon on Friday. But hey, we're here for one reason and one reason in particular, and that is because it is K-Fest Friday going down in Dallas. And we've got a special show lined up with a bunch of special guests. We're going to kind of get the insight on what's going on at some of the top booths and a couple of new product announcements, and give you a glimpse of what you're missing maybe right now at K-Fest Dallas. This is 12VINSIDER presented by SiriusXM K-Fest Dallas. And it starts now. All right, so while most of you are probably winding down the week, here we are hot to trot because there's a bunch of people that all gathered in Dallas for Knowledge Fest this weekend. Tons of great trainings and exhibits going on, and we get a chance to give you a glimpse of what's happening down there and talk to some of the vendors out there to show you what you've been missing out on. But let's start the show right. I understand we have a very special correspondent that will be able to kind of navigate us through what's going on over there. We're going to go live to Dallas right now and see if our good friend Dean Bayette may be available to chit-chat with us real quick. Let's see. Let's go to Dallas and find out what's going on. Mr. Bayette, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Ben, the rain, it's flooding. Oh, wait, there's nothing. It's beautiful. It's like 92 degrees. Anyone that thought that was going to problem.
Oh, well, it is what it is. Dean, thanks for joining us. I know I guess all day's been trainings. There's been setup going on. What's the vibe like in Dallas, man? You happy to be there? I mean, you're always happy to be there, but give us a little bit about the vibe going on.
Dude, coming off Orlando, we didn't know what this was going to be like, and classes attendance has been amazing. Everyone's super excited. People went to bed on time last night.
Oh? Yeah,
it was kind of strange. But no, we ran into a lot of people. Everyone's super hyped, so it's been great.
All right, so
lots of really impressive booths too.
Oh, I bet. I wish I was there for sure, of course. But you can count on us being there in Vegas. I'll tell you that for sure. That's guaranteed.
Really?
Oh, yes. We have some special stuff going on. We can't talk about it yet, but yes, there's going to be some big stuff coming down the pipe with CMA and Knowledge Fest. No doubt about it. All right. So did you get a glimpse of how the trainings went today?
Yeah, we did our training this morning, and then we went in and took pictures of the trainings. Lots of attendance. Everyone's having a good time. A lot of excitement. Wait a minute. What time is it?
What?
Oh, crap. Hey, listen, Ben, it's been great talking to you, but hey, I got to be somewhere. It's good, man. Hey, enjoy the show.
Okay. Wait a minute. Let's. Okay, I see what he's doing. Hold on a second, folks. He wouldn't leave us hanging. No, he wouldn't. Here we go. Let's follow Dean. Where are you going?
So there's a ribbon to do every time. These are all
look at this.
Vendors and distributors. Sexy cars. Oh.
What on earth is that?
That's a Richard, and that's an Elias. But this is what we need to hurry up and get out to.
Okay.
This is the.
Whoa, hey, what are you doing? Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
I got big scissors.
Whoa, whoa, back up, man.
Those are some serious scissors, like no joke, big ass scissors.
Hey, I am so glad you guys are here. December was pretty rough, but we got quite a few people that registered the last day. Thank you for right down to the end. So today, I want you to spend some time on the show for your vendor, and then I want you to do it again tomorrow, and I want you to do it again Sunday. Why? Because that's how when you're engaging with that. So probably take the weekend and hang out, enjoy with the vendor. Today we've got beer and business. That means two things: enjoy a drink on us. The technology now has a drink ticket. MEA has the drink tickets. For your MEA members, all of the beer on draft is free. Doesn't matter who you are. So free beer for everybody. I like that. Good answers. Yeah, everybody get with free beer. Internationally, all the beer is imported. We just okay, yeah. All right, so we got that. Back there, we got Sweet Baby Ray's, and then we got a if you're an MEA member, stop by the MEA booth. We have the ticket jet. We have the lunch tickets for you guys tomorrow. We got a free lunch for all our MEA members. If you want a free lunch, sign up to become an MEA member. You'll be glad you did. We got a lot of stuff going on there. Booth 501. Beer juice. We got Sweet Baby Ray barbecue back there. We got all the 2 drinks you can drink. Stay responsible. I want to get you in trouble. You guys are here. You guys excited to be here? Let me hear it. Let me hear it. Let's go. Come on.
There you have it. The show is officially open. Oh, very nice. That was
Isn't that exciting, Ben?
That is super cool. Look at all these dealers excited to get in there. Awesome. That's what it's all about right there. Amazing. Certainly makes me feel like I wish I was there. But not long now. Next one we will be for sure. Hey, I know that guy. I see the guy. I know that guy. He's going the wrong direction, though.
Yeah, that's how he rolls.
Nando! All right. That's awesome. Look at that, eh? Dean, you're going to have to grab Chris. We've got a bunch of guests that are going to be waiting for us at the back of the booth.
He's coming.
He's coming. There he is.
Yeah. I was trying to get across the sea of people to get to you.
I won't let me in the show, man. Sorry.
I know the guy. He's cool. He'll let you.
Man, what's going on in here?
I think everybody did show up.
Bar over here.
This is cool getting a glimpse of what the show looks like. Looks like the vendors really put a lot of effort into their booths. So it's certainly something that I would expect no less.
They've been working hard all day. A lot of them came in early. Yes. Oh, I got one.
You're doing a great job. There's the
Thank you.
HKI booth with some Turi.
There. That's the jewel right there.
Look at that thing. Oh, is that ever clean?
Third winner right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Coming
Well,
back
we can't
here.
show the entire show. You just got to show up and take that all in person. But it is nice. It is nice to get a glimpse of it, Dean. Thank you.
Oh no, we're headed in.
The boys that.
Who's that
I know
guy?
that guy. That guy's the Jeff Smith.
That guy.
That's who that guy is. Oh,
That
that guy's
guy.
the Palumbo. The Palumbo.
Palumbo. Yeah, we saw that one. All right. Here we are.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna let Ronnie know to stand by for 2 minutes, and then we'll bring him in. All right.
Okay. All right. Put the chair in. Put you on headphones.
All right, let's switch you guys over to this here. All right, that was wicked. Thank you for showing that to us, man.
Oh, hey, it was our pleasure, man.
That was
Glad
really cool.
you got to finally see that.
Yeah, and you know what? What I saw was a whole bunch of excited, dealers getting in there.
Oh, it felt good. Felt good.
See? Look at that. Some guy called Marty Adamczyk saying he wishes he was there. Never heard of him.
Well, wish you were there, man. What's up with that?
All right.
Marty knows the way.
Okay.
We'll see Marty in Vegas.
There we will, for sure. All right, Chris.
What's going on,
I know
man?
you're busy. It's going great, man. Congratulations on opening the Dallas show. What's the narrative for Dallas for the last one? And then we're obviously heading into winter months. What is the narrative for this weekend in Dallas?
There's a lot new going on here. But what we usually have is the music.
Oh, there's lots of music.
There's lots of music. So, no, it feels good. We've got a really good crowd here. It's probably the best crowd we've had all year, except for maybe Vegas a little bigger. Vegas in 23 is going to be pretty much off the hook. This event's feeling really good.
Crowd's nice.
Crowd's nice.
Great crowd.
Very engaged.
Yeah. I mean, the vibe is wonderful.
A lot of really cool cars. For some of those folks that were here last December when we came through doing our COVID tour, it's all better now, man. It's all better.
So how would you classify, if I was to ask you, like if every show was one of your children, how would you describe Dallas as a show?
Dallas is I don't want to say an old market because it's not really what I mean. Dallas is a very engaged market.
I think you meant it's an old show.
Yeah, it's an old show. This one, we started this one 10-10-10. So this is 12 years here. And we've got a very good following in the Dallas area. And you get, every retailer that's anybody's coming in from a 6-hour drive to come in and hang out in Dallas. And it's a very engaged crowd.
It's just once you set foot in the Omni.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that.
It's home, man.
I'm back.
It's home.
And it's like everything is where it's supposed to be. And it's just,
yeah,
it's just a really cool vibe that Dallas has always had. I really love this show.
And, and he was representing, hanging out. Him and Nando were hanging out with the Seahawks last night. They're in for the game.
Really?
Hey, they're staying at the Omni, too. Yep.
Yeah. Fernando's got it signed on his shirt. The coach signed his shirt. So,
is that right? Okay. So, Dean, let me ask you from a spectator, visitor standpoint, what are things that just really caught your eye during the setup or during things?
Really some very high quality cars here.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll see some of these as we're walking around, post on the Knowledge Fest group. If you want to see what's going on, go on Facebook, go ask to get in the Knowledge Fest group. There'll be a lot of pictures of a lot of really, really cool cars this time. I mean, some of these vendors have really stepped up their game. Or should I say retailers that are building the cars really stepped up their game.
We'll be doing our show floor tour tomorrow. So
yeah, awesome.
Tune in
nice.
To our network. You can see that. We'll take you through all the booths and show you all the cool stuff.
There you go.
It's obviously not time to do it tonight, but yeah.
Yeah, make sure you check that out.
We wanted to show CMA some of the action tonight. Normally you come in on Saturday, it's a little quiet, so we want to show you how we open the show and kick things off.
We do appreciate that very much, and do look forward to seeing your review and your walkthrough of the show, Dean, with you and Fernando. So, also, thank you for doing that. That's always very, very cool. Listen, I'm going to say I have more questions, but I think we've got some guests that we want to kind of touch base with. They're really excited to talk about what they're showing this weekend, give guys a glimpse of what's up at the show. But don't go away, because I have a bunch of questions about this show and what's coming next in the future. So please don't go too far away, Dean and Chris.
Yep.
All right. All right. So in the meantime, while they get set up, we've got a whole slew of guests that we've reached out to, and hopefully they made the time to come on. And every vendor is very excited because it's like Chris and Dean has said, it's a clutch market. It's a show that, I don't know if the word old was necessarily the word, but it's certainly a seasoned show where especially the region has been very accepting of the Knowledge Fest show and has grown over the years. Now, from the vendor perspective, lots of exciting things going on in all different vendors. And like I said, we have a whole bunch of vendors to bring to you. So let's see if we can get our first guest up. Yep. All right, let's go ahead and bring in our first guest. Let's see if we can get him on the screen here. the first guest and the first brand that we'll be talking about. Let's see, who do we have here? Oh, look at that. We're going to start with our good friend, Ronnie Brashear over at PPI, Precision Part. Ronnie, can you hear me?
Ben, how are you? Can you hear me?
I'm doing fantastic, buddy. How are you?
This show is already off the hook, and we've only been open 15 minutes, man.
Can you imagine? Well, you know, there's a lot going on at PPI. That's why I had to hunt you down and make sure you came on today just to talk to us for 10 minutes. So where do I begin? Why don't we start with these huge announcements? I mean, we kind of spoke earlier on in the year. You made some hints. You dropped some hints. And this stuff is coming to fruition. So I want to give you every opportunity to tell us what it is I'm referring to.
It's absolutely real now. And the booth is full. We just announced, we had 2 new radios coming out. They're real. They're in bikes. We're going to deliver on November 1st. The first of which is the 9813 Road Glide radio. Before, we were only able to have a DIN-sized radio. We figured out a way to give them a 7-inch screen, and they can now have CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM. I mean, it is a game changer, man. So much fun.
That announcement has been rocking like social media ever since you blurbed it out.
Oh.
And now you're telling me in the booth you have that unit to show installed?
Yes, absolutely. Fully functional, playing. If we had a camera on it, there's probably 20 people over there right now. It's absolutely amazing.
Wow.
The need in the market for that type of equipment. It's fantastic. Then we've got an upgrade to the current model, our HDH 14 Plus. We now have the 14 SI. We will now, along with Maestro, using the RR, we'll be able to pull all the gauge information, low tire, oil, low fuel. All of this will be on the front of the Harley radio. We give you 2 pages of 5 different gauges. And what was crazy is that we hooked up the RR2 and I stopped counting at 55 different gauges that Harley offers on the database. 55. They've got a 0 to 60 gauge. They've got a quarter-mile gauge. I mean, all of these things that you're going to be able to plug into that SoundStream Reserve Harley radio. This is fun. Like I said last time, Ben, this is fun. I'm having a ball.
My God, you're talking about Maestro connectivity and unlocking everything that's on that database. You're talking Sirius XM connectivity. You're talking full screen, touch screen, weatherproof, and on top of all that, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay.
That's correct.
Unbelievable.
That's correct.
Unbelievable. This is a little bit of a redundant question. But what has the feedback been on these units so far, Ronnie, on the floor?
First question is, what do they cost? Second, when can I order? And so my answer is, you can pre-order. What we're going to do for everybody that pre-orders, we're going to allow you to have those radios shipped to you 5 days before they go to anybody else. So after we get through the pre-orders, any orders that come in after that, we're actually going to hold for 5 days, and then send those orders out. So everybody will have a 1-week head start that does a pre-order.
Wow, that's amazing. And I just wanted to ask you one more question. What is the delivery date on these items?
November 1st.
November.
And that's
1st.
that's a solid date. We had already procured the parts and had stuff ready to go. We just needed to come out a tool and get it all done. And we've come out a tool. It's in production. We will be able to deliver in November. So great Christmas presents. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink, wink. So just for all of you who are tuning in and aren't at the show, you're missing out on touching, feeling these units installed in a bike, talking to guys like Ronnie, getting the full lowdown and everything, making the deals. And yeah, that's what you're missing. But you guys are going to have a great time.
Let me tell you, not just our booth, but looking around, everybody brought their A game to Dallas.
Nice.
This is not just a thrown together show. Everybody brought their A game.
Beautiful. Well, I'm going to give the folks what they want. You guys want more information? You make sure you check out motorcycleaudio.com. That's where you're going to find the latest and greatest news about the incredible and very unique, might I add, source units that PPI has come up with for Harley-Davidson application. Ronnie, I wish you the best of luck during the show. I know you're going to book a lot of orders, and I look forward to when we sit down and we really deep dive into these new units together.
We'll do that. Ben, thank you so much, buddy.
Take care, Ronnie. Have a great show. All right, that was Ronnie Brashear representing PPI and Epsilon Electronics. He's the Vice President of Sales, as you saw, and a big weekend for sure for these guys as they've launched 2 incredible new units, which are just, I mean, what can I say? There's nothing else like them in the market. And now they're adding Maestro connectivity on top of that, Sirius XM, Android Auto, CarPlay, Touch, like all the things we just said. It's literally exactly what you want. And if you were there at K-Fest, you'd be able to play with them and touch them, but you're not. So you're here with me, and I'm giving you the news, so make sure you look it up. All right, let's get to our next guest who's already sitting there, ready to go. Man, one of the most respected and dangerous men in the industry. Yes, dangerous. I said dangerous. Do you like the term? Do you like that? Dangerous? Steve Teresi from JL Audio. How are you doing, sir?
How you doing, Ben? I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm not as good as you. I wish I was there with you at the show. I'm not, but I'm going to do what I can to get those unfortunate souls like myself who are sitting at home a glimpse of what I'm missing or what we're missing. How's that?
Kind of a snapshot, right?
A little snapshot. So, Steve, JL Audio, always been big supporter of K-Fest and in-person training. So obviously no surprise to see you guys there in a big way. Can you talk to us a little bit? If I was walking through K-Fest Dallas and I'm, walking towards the JL Audio booth, what can I expect to experience or envelop myself with?
Well, first, when you walk in, the number of really awesome cars is incredible here. You get to see all of that. And of course, there's other manufacturers here, believe it or not, and they have some really cool products on display. So as you work your way over to our booth, you'll see our bright yellow signs, kind of advertising our max measurement system. And we do have our tuning cart in the booth, so we'll be able to demonstrate some of the capabilities of our max measurement system and kind of go through system tuning. We've got this neat little rig that allows us to kind of have real data present, so we can actually go through the tuning process and kind of show you how to look at the data and what to do with it. It's really cool. It's really fun.
I literally see the sun coming through my dark room here. Like, you mean I get to the booth, I get to sit down with who? You, Matt Mergenthal, maybe a Rob Haynes hanging around in the car, right, and show me and hear the difference as you're playing with the
sort of. So what we have is it's a training rig that allows us to play back data that was captured in actual cars, so we don't have to make a lot of noise, right? But we do have a demo car, really awesome 2016 Mazda 6 Jeffrey Halt's car. It is impeccable. You should definitely you should be here so you can see.
Okay, well, you know what? Whet my appetite. What are we talking? What kind of system is in that car? Are we talking like entry level stuff?
No. This is the car was specifically put together to compete in the Alaska Triple Crown, and it won that last year of 2021. So this is the top of the top, man. So he's got C7 product in there. He's got some of our old ZR 8-inch mid-bass drivers. He's got a W7, tons of VXI amplifiers. He's really done this car really awesome. I was actually learning earlier today that there's no screws in this car. He's used bolts to put everything together. This
machine bolts.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's a beautiful car. Obviously, it sounds really good. You don't win Triple Crown by sounding bad. So,
and are you allowed to listen to the sound system in this car?
Yep, you'll be able to get in, listen to it. Full demonstration. Jeff will be here later tonight too, and talking your way through it. It's really awesome. That's what I love about this. The in-person stuff. This video stuff is great, and I love it because I get to talk to people like yourselves all over the place. But seeing the faces in real time and having them experience audio, because audio is an experience. It's not something that you just look at on the screen. You need to be a part of it. You need to be here.
100%.
In the cars, enjoying the stuff. Right.
Okay, so the sounds super exciting, and it's getting me pissed. The car you're talking about is making me miserable, but. What about the training? So obviously, if I'm coming to K-Fest, I want to go for the training. So what can I expect if I'm going to sit in on a JL Audio, or are you doing any other brands maybe under the umbrella?
Yeah, we got a lot going on. So on special request, we were asked to focus on some marine applications, both marine system design and getting ready for tuning of a marine audio system. And that's part A. And then part B is the actual tuning of a marine audio system, where we'll go through the process. And there are some distinctions between tuning for mobile audio and tuning for marine audio. So we wanted to kind of experience that and kind of share that with people and let them know some of the differences that you're looking for, and of course some of the similarities. And as you mentioned, we're also supporting our Clarion Marine Systems brand of products. So this is a brand that JL Audio is now affiliated with. We kind of acquired the brand name, and we're going to be doing some training about some of their source units as well as their amplifiers and speakers, and kind of get comfortable with what that brand has to offer. So it's kind of weird. We're doing kind of double duty, but as a trade event, we wanted to have an opportunity to talk to dealers about both of the brands that our company now represents.
Man, the two exciting things about what you just said there, Steve, is JL was kind of the pioneers in DSP in the marine environments, and a lot of people look at me funny when I say DSP for marine. So if I could sit in on a seminar that kind of explains why that's significant and what the differences are between applying DSP in a car, for example, versus a marine environment, absolutely super interesting. And yeah, if you're on the marine topic, absolutely, let's learn about Clarion Marine. New source unit just came out, some new speakers on the horizon. I didn't get confirmation, but I have a funny feeling there's new amps coming down the pipe soon. Yeah, so absolutely. Steve, listen, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know people are waiting for you. Thank you for taking time giving us an update of what's going on with JL. Have great training, and I really look forward to seeing you at the next one in person.
In person. Awesome, man. Thanks so much for the opportunity. You guys should be here next time.
Always. Thank you, Steve. Take care.
No problem.
So if you're looking for JL Audio product, then obviously you're going to want to check out the JL Audio website. Obviously the booth is better, guys. I think we understand the theme. But hey, I'm here doing it. I'm in the same boat as you guys. I'm not there, but at least we're getting a glimpse, and definitely we're going to make the effort to be there next time. JLaudio.com is where you want to go to check out all the information that has to do with JL Audio. All right, let's see who's coming up next here. In the meantime, we are reporting live from K-Fest in Dallas. And we've got, who do we have already? So we've already had Ronnie Brashear from PPI talking about the brand new head units for Harley Davidson coming up. And then, of course, we just spoke with legendary trainer, guru, Mr. Steve Teresi from JL, talking to us a little bit about what's happening in the JL booth and the trainings that they're doing, as well as a vehicle that happens to be on the floor. And now we're going to move on to our very next guest. Let's see who we have in the studio. Let's bring him on. It's always a surprise. A roll dice. Hello, Mr. Scott. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Can you hear me? I know it's a little bit loud over there.
Yeah, I can hear you. I got headphones on.
Beautiful. So, Scott, I absolutely can. Thank you for taking the time with us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
So listen, we're trying to give the folks at home who didn't make it to the show a little glimpse of what they're missing, and idea to talk to you and kind of get an understanding of what's happening at the booth, because from what I understand, there's a couple of new products going on in the Kenwood booth. Can you tell us more?
Yeah, we're showing, we're actually talking about in our training a couple of new products that were introduced. Mainly it's a replacement for a 706 receiver, multimedia receiver. It's a 709, and it's a DMX 709. And it's a pretty cool piece, and it's just kind of built upon what the 706 did in the market. It's a pretty much direct replacement, but adds more video outputs. It has HDMI input, it has mirroring for Android, so a few more features to it. And we're also showing a 10-inch Motorsports subwoofer that's got LED lighting, and it's available in white and black, which is really cool because that's a huge category that's growing all the time. And it also complements the full range Motorsports speakers we have, the marine speakers that have LED lights in as well. And to that point, we have a whole line of Motorsports that's kind of developing at this point. And we have waterproof amplifiers we're showing here. There's also Excellent Motorsports amplifiers, which is something that's pretty new for us. So you'll see Motorsports products in the Excellent line. So it's kind of just a higher quality, a little bit higher performance product. And then, of course, our STZ camera system, which is the Motorsports camera.
I was kind of saving that because you were mentioning it seems like there's certainly a Motorsports theme right? With new product and
That's
amplifiers.
correct.
Exelon, whoever thought Exelon would have motorsports, but here we are, Exelon Motorsports amplifiers, as Scott just mentioned. And there's a lot of buzz about this dual camera motorsport system. We happen to be giving one away as we speak on our Facebook page for Canadian dealers anyhow. But I want, Scott, why don't you tell us what that's all about and what the buzz is about? Because apparently you just came back from Sturgis as well, no?
We did. We came back from Sturgis. And really, it was kind of a marketing trip. We wanted to see what the reaction was in pretty much the Harley community. Because we know we actually launched it at MotoGP last year. And it got really good interest from the sport bike market. But we weren't really sure how it would be received by the Harley crowd. And we found that the level of interest is super high there. We sold quite a few of them at the event, but it's kind of interesting because when you go to an event like that, now this was new for me, but people go there to get accessories put on their bikes. So they go there and they're like, I'm going to get a new seat, I'm going to get new pipes for the bike, I'm going to get handlebars. They actually have shopping lists of things they're going to get, and they expect to spend the money for it. Nobody went there thinking they were buying a motorsports camera. So pretty much every sale we made was an impulse buy. And we still did really well. And it's pretty amazing that after having spoke to all these people, that they're all pretty much planning at some point in the future to have one on their bike. So this is we're just at the very infancy of this kind of segment and what it can be. But it's a really cool camera system. The system is small camera mounts in the front of the bike, back of the bike, small DVR that mounts under the seat or somewhere. And really the key thing is whenever the vehicle is running, it's recording. So there's no batteries to worry about. You don't have to turn it on or off. And you view the files on your phone wirelessly through Wi-Fi. And it's not just for motorcycles, UTVs, pretty much anything that moves, you could put this on. We put them on ski mobiles, jet skis, obviously side-by-sides and motorcycles. Pretty much anything you can think of.
Very, very, very cool. Now, last but not least, I want to hear a little bit about the training. So if I were to attend a Kenwood training, what should I expect and what are you guys focusing on when it comes to the training seminars?
Pretty much all the things I just spoke of. So we're talking about the new 709, the DMX 709S, which is CarPlay, Android Auto, our replacement for the 706. So you learn all about that. We're also talking about all the marine products. So we actually passed around one of the subwoofers so people can see it, feel it, check it out. And also, obviously, the STZ camera is still a huge push for us because we want to be solidly in this business, and I think it's going to really start to take off pretty quickly.
Awesome. Well, if you want to stay in touch with everything that's going on at Kenwood, I do implore you, go to the website. Kenwood.com is where you're going to find out all the information. And as this type of gear becomes available, I'm sure the website will be updated as well. Scott, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me.
And have a great K-Fest.
Thanks.
Take care.
Take care.
All right, that was Scott Coswell from Kenwood giving us some update. Apparently, Kenwood is showing a lot of motorsport stuff, so some weatherproof stuff, both in amplifiers and speakers. I heard him talk about an LED subwoofer, which is interesting, and an Exelon line of amplifiers, which is something new as well that I haven't heard of until just now. All right, let's move on to our next guest. They're doing a great job over there. I want to give a shout out to Dean Bayette for helping me coordinate that behind the scenes on location while I bring on the next guest. We call him manager from ADS. I just call him Matt. What's going on, Matt?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Good to see you over there. It seems like we've been spending quite a bit of time together, you and I, this week.
Yeah. Yes, we have.
It's as if you have a lot to talk about or something. I'm not sure what's going
on. We got a lot to talk about, yeah.
All right.
A lot of new stuff.
I'll cut to the chase. Oh, yes. So this week on CMA Networks, you dropped some bombs. You're there at K-Fest, obviously now talking about it, two people in person. I want to give another opportunity for those who haven't heard yet. What is going on? Maestro just dropped some new products. Give us an overview of what just came out.
Yeah, so we have three new modules that we're announcing here, and obviously we did it on CMA last week or this week. So the first is our Maestro SR, which is going to be an entry-level radio replacement interface. So it's going to share some similarities to the RR in the sense that it's going to be a T harness that plugs in. The T harnesses are going to be an entirely new line, which will be a little more cost effective. The module itself will be more cost effective. But really the idea is that it's going to retain your steering wheel controls. It's going to allow you to put an aftermarket radio in the car. And it's going to retain the crucial things that need to be retained in the vehicle, like vehicle settings. Okay, so you have a factory radio that does vehicle settings, things like door lock options, safety and collision. You need to be able to access that when you replace the radio, and that's basically what the SR is going to retain. It will also retain things like your backup camera, 360 cameras, and allow you to switch between multi-angle view. And again, it's going to do it at an affordable price point. The second interface is going to be our A to B interface, which is also really big. It's going to be one module that will do radio replacement and amplifier replacement for vehicles that have A to B. So the first solutions that we're going to release are going to be for Ford and Lincoln. So it will cover the Bang & Olufsen system and the THX systems. And again, allow you to replace the radio and or the amplifier. The third and final interface that we have is the Maestro Ar2. If you're familiar with our Maestro AR or the DSR1, essentially what the Ar2 is going to do is it's going to allow you to replace your factory amplifier and give you RCA output or a Toslink output. It's going to use all of the existing AR harnesses, so it will work with the all the current line harnesses that we have. So when it launches, all the support that we currently have covering AR will also work on AR2. So those are the three big announcements that we have. We also have a whole lot of dash kits coming out as well.
Man, I implore you guys, if you want all the details, get on CMA Networks, check out the session I just did with Matt. He goes in detail of every application, every new launch. I wanted to comment on a couple of things that have happened since you've launched this on the show. I mean, people are really reacting really well to these products from what I can see in the chatter. The SR with a better price point, it's like a diet version, right? All the great meat without a little bit less sugar when you don't need it, but at a very valuable price. The A to B, about time. Finally, it's here.
We've been working on it for a really long time, so yeah.
So it's here, great. And lastly, man, that Toslink is causing a stir. Everybody's been talking about it. So you're hanging out at the First Tech booth, I imagine.
I am, yes.
Okay. What does here before I let you go? Now that it's out there, people are talking about it. What does this mean for Maestro moving forward? Like, I know there's been the last 2 years have been a little bit challenging to come out with the product at the pace you want. We're kind of getting out of that slowly. Forecast for us, what does the next 2 years look like at Maestro?
I mean, really we're very focused on providing solutions in a lot of these newer vehicles. Well, and I don't even want to say newer, but just the later model vehicles that we're seeing, the factory infotainment is not up to date. The customer wants to add CarPlay or it just flat out doesn't work anymore. And and what you're starting to see is a lot of those solutions we're the only company that provides an application for it. That's really our focus, is just to continue providing solutions for vehicles that nobody else provides coverage for both radio replacement and amplifiers.
So, I mean, we just had Kenwood on. Scott was on right before you. Obviously, a great partner with Maestro. And earlier on, Ronnie Brashear from PPI said Maestro connectivity on the Harley Davidson radios.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
That's something we've been working on for a long time as well. Yep.
That's good. Matt, thank you so much for taking a few minutes to talk with us. Congratulations on the launch. And I know you're going to be talking about it a lot this weekend. So I'll let you get to it. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
If you guys want more information on this kind of stuff that we're talking about, we're talking Maestro, where you got to head over to their website, of course. That is idatalinkmaestro.com. Brand new SR, A to B solution, and brand new RR. Amazing. Very, very cool. Let's get back to the studio. We've got Mr. Cook. What's going on, Chris?
Dude, my brother, I'm just filling in. I'm waiting for Walt from Linkswell to come by and chat with you. He's on his way across.
Yeah.
So thought I'd stop in and say hello while we're doing it. How's the interviews going so far there?
Interviews are great. Your vendors are super stoked. They're loving the mood, the atmosphere, the vibe, and just how happy they are to be training in person. I think that's really the story.
Yeah, I tell you, the attendance of this one is really good. It's probably the best one, like I said, we've had all year, and it feels good. It feels like everybody's coming back. Now, we don't have the awards, so it feels a little different this year, but you know what? We're going to have a great time with those awards with CMA. I know you're going to have to cover that.
Let me tell you, I've been teasing it a little bit. We don't give everything out yet. We don't want to give everything away.
No.
We got a couple of months yet, but that's going to be a big one. And you know what? How can I say this? I want to be politically correct and very respectful for everybody else. But I feel, this is Ben Wu personally feels, the position of that show coming up, Chris, the date that you have it on, the location that you have it on, the fact that the awards are there, the fact that it's kicking off the new year, I think it's going to take up a lot of space as a very important destination for industry members, period. That's what I'm going to say. How's that?
I am hoping and praying.
I don't think you need to hope and pray too much. I think the formula is that I think you got.
No, I mean that in a positive. I really mean that in a positive because I see it as we lost our space at CES as an aftermarket industry. We haven't been able to regain it at SEMA because there's just too much other noise going on. But you know what? We're back in Vegas, and it's going to feel good. I got Walt. I'll come and talk to you in just a few minutes.
Let's talk to Walt. We'll definitely circle back.
Get Walt in here for you.
You got it. All right, I'll give a second for our next guest to get ready. But what we're talking about with Chris is, of course, Knowledge Fest Vegas kicking off the 2023 season. It's slated for the very first week of February, and I, for one, are incredibly excited to work towards that date. All right, let's go ahead and get our next guest in the studio. No stranger over here.
How are you?
Mr. Palumbo. What's going on, sir?
I'm doing good. We're here at Knowledge Fest. Everything's all set up. The show just kicked off. All is well.
I seen that. Dean did a little drive-by in the beginning of the show, and that's the first time that I have personally actually set eyes on what a Knowledge Fest actually looks like. Chris used to keep me in the cage and not let me see beyond the booth, but I got without him looking, Dean snuck me out and showed me around that there's a big world outside the MEA booth, and it was cool. You know what was cool? I'll be straight up. It was cool seeing Matt Palumbo and Jeff Smith in the same booth.
It's pretty cool. It's a good synergy there. It makes sense, right?
I think that was neat. All right, Matt, talk to us a little bit about what I would expect as a spectator if I've never been to a K-Fest and I'm walking into the audio control booth. What will my experience be?
Sure. It's a good experience. We've got a lot of cool stuff on display. We have a truck that was just finished for one of our Phantom team members. Amp and Audio Control have a team, kind of our street team or rep or whatever you'd like to call them. It's called Phantoms, and those are the guys that go out to the stores and teach about new products and help train shops, help tune vehicles, help troubleshoot things, that sort of thing, as well as helping with orders and accounts and all that good stuff. And so they all drive around in these really cool trucks that are decked out with all the latest stuff from Amp, including audio control. So audio control amps and processing, Phoenix Gold speakers, Echo Master cameras, and integration pieces, Stinger High 10 screens, all the goodies basically. And then in the booth, we've got all the new ACX products on display. We've got the current line. We've got a little bit of everything in there. We've even mixed in a little bit of Pack and Stinger into the booth too. So we've got some good synergy going on there. A bit of everything.
Stop. Did you just say new ACX amps? What new ACX amps? Why am I not in the loop on this? What? There's new ACX amps?
Well, we've been talking about them for a little while, but as is the way with everything in our world right now, there's delays on parts and availability and things like that, which is annoying, of course. But we are finally there. So our 600-watt family of ACX amplifiers will finally start shipping here this fall.
Okay, time out. So let's break it out for the people, right? Right now, as it stands, there's only two models. There was a 4-channel, 4x50, and then you got a monoblock, I believe was a 300?
Yeah, so they're both 300-watt. There's a 300-watt mono, like you said, and a 300-watt full.
Okay, that's it. There was two. Now what you're saying, what is being added?
Yeah, so we're adding a 300-watt 2-channel, so we kind of round out the 300-watt family. Okay. And then we're adding a 600 mono, a 650-watt 5-channel, and then a 600-watt 6-channel.
Did you just say 5-channel?
Yep. in a compact chassis with audio control goodness baked in.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm a fan of those amps. Those amps are bulletproof, and they perform really well. So 5-channel, that'd be awesome. And you have these in the booth, touchy feely, see them.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep, on display. You can come by and pick one up and check it out.
Same size chassis?
The 600 watt 5 and 6 channel share a chassis size.
Okay.
And then the 600 watt mono is the same size as the 300. It's just like a little bit taller, I guess.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
they'll look great in a rack next to each other or next to each other.
But
Display.
same hardware, extension cables, click.
Totally.
Oh, beautiful. All right.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about training. Obviously, you guys are big on training. You yourself, top trainer. What should I expect if I was to sit in on an audio control training this weekend?
Totally. Yeah, we just finished up our first training of the weekend about an hour or so ago, and that was just kind of our whole product line overview. We went over a little bit of everything. You know, we touched on Accubase, we touched on the Epicenter, all the amplifiers, LOCs. Like we literally went over pretty much the whole lineup in about an hour. So very quick, but we did that today. And then tomorrow, Jeff Smith and I have a PAC plus audio control training where we are really diving deep into some kind of problematic vehicles for a lot of techs, a lot of shops out there. If you caught the session we did the other night, or the other day, I should say, we kind of talked about 4 or 5 newer vehicles that are a pain for a lot of shops. And so we focused on 3 of those for the training tomorrow. And we're going to dive deep into those 3 and give exact, part numbers and exact specs on here's how we would do those vehicles. So I think that'll be a really good one tomorrow afternoon. And then, Sunday we have a cool training in Spanish with none other than Fernando doing that training for us.
Nando is he?
Yeah, he's doing that training. So that's going to be a cool one. That's all about LOCs and kind of how to use our kind of top products, our most common or popular products, and where the applications are and what to do with them. And that class is taught in Spanish by Fernando. So
that's amazing.
Cool Sunday morning.
Very, very cool. Okay, so let's review what we talked about. Obviously, a fully immersive booth. You got all the products on there. Are you showing software at all? Any interaction there?
Yeah, we've actually got a big screen up on top of the truck on the bed. We've got several iPads and screens all over the place showing software. So lots to see.
Software, hardware, training, and the training's really cool. What Matt was referring to. We did a workshop the other day, and we chose 5 of the, problem vehicles, like Matt referred them to, and kind of showing the solution of how to get that signal and get that job done. And last but not least, new Acx amps, full line. Jeez. Can't believe we haven't talked about that yet. But I can't believe I'm not there to see that. Okay, Matt, thank you so much for taking the time, brother. Always appreciate it. I want to remind everybody, if you want audio control info, check out the website, audiocontrol.com. We're going to let Mr. Palumbo go so he can do his job. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Ben.
Take care. All right. Always fun to have Matt on. And yeah, that was a really cool session that we did. So basically, break it out for you. 5 case studies. I can't remember exactly which the applications were some were recent trucks that are in the bay right now. And basically how Matt did that was he actually surveyed his customer service team to say, hey, what are the top calls that we're getting right now? And then he took those 5 vehicles, those 5 case studies, and broke it out and showed you exactly how to integrate into each and every one of those systems with each unique situation. All right, our next guest is ready to go, and he's our first time coming to CMA. I'm super excited about this. Let's bring in Mr. Walter Denliffson. He's the National Sales Manager for Linkswell. Welcome, Walter. How are you?
I'm not bad. About yourself?
I'm not as good as you. I really wish I was there in person hanging out with you guys, getting with it, but somebody's got to do it here and, represent the people that couldn't make it. So this is the last time, though, unfortunately. This is my last call. The next time I'll be there. So anyway.
Okay.
All right.
Well, you'll be here in Vegas.
100%. You will see my fingerprint across all your big Android screens because I have to touch everything I see.
There you go.
So Linkswell, for those who don't know, you're about to find out. I'm going to ask you right now, Walter, talk to us a little bit about Linkswell, what you guys have really exploded in, and what are some of these products that got everybody in a tiff.
But it's really funny. We started our company just a little over 5 years ago, and this was actually the first show that we really attended. And we typically were making camera and navigation interfaces, and we got involved in these what we call T-style radios. The large screens, and we brought a couple of pieces out here to the show again 5 years ago, and just the dealers went crazy over these things. We had one for the Dodge Ram and the Ford F-150. And we started out with those 2 units, and we now have over 17 different applications. And it's gone crazy. It's a learning curve. It's not an easy, it's an easy install, but but the programming and stuff, depending on the level of vehicle, whether it's a Platinum Denali or an XLT and that, is where they struggle sometimes. But once the dealers or the installers have figured out how our system operates, it goes very, very well.
I mean, I had the time to go check out the website real quick, and you're right. I mean, you have so many applications that I wasn't even aware of that you can even do something like this to. So, obviously in my head, I'm thinking, wow, the tooling, the molds, everything to make everything work, and the buttons and all this type of stuff. Obviously stuff I would be asking you if I was in your booth. But what we're talking about, folks, Linkswell has done very unique, in a very unique way. It's a head source unit replacement, but with that new sexy, tablet look that's, manufacturers are coming up with. But they have them available for so many different applications. I'm just on the website. You have them for Ford, you have them for Dodge, you have them for Mustang, you have them for Toyota. There's way more than I even thought. So definitely, if you're, curious about this, go check it out. Walter, let me ask you another question. Why are these type of products so relevant right now? And you said, and it feels like you're going like this right now, right? As far as interest.
Exactly. It's a techie world. People want more than what just a radio. And with units like ours, you can go on the internet, you can do emails, you can Google search. You can do Netflix, YouTube, all that. There's so much more that you can do with our units that you can't from the factory units or a standard unit. And that's what people are looking for. Now, the installation, again, once you've learned to program it and stuff like that, but the ease of operation, our units right, for the end user, and our units tie into various phones and all of that. So, and a lot of the features of your phone will actually display. And when you can go from a 6, 7, 8-inch screen to a 12-inch screen, especially us old farts, with our eyesight and everything, it works out great,
Amazing. And they look sexy, I have to say. They look really
sexy. They really do it. And we're excited about a new line that we're launching. We've been doing this for almost 5 years now. And we've hit that techie world. Our new products are Gen 5. They have a SPDIF cable toss link for the high-end amps and stuff like that. A new Bluetooth system that allows you to run crazy different devices and all that. It's hit the techie market and all that, but we still get guys like me, us old farts that don't really need all that techie stuff, but will want the larger screen. So we're coming out with a new model line, which is going to be called our Light Series. And it's going to have the 10.4 to 12-inch screen, but it's going to rely more on your features of your phone. Your phone will link to it. It will link to it wired or wirelessly. But, for your music, for your navigation and all that, it'll all come off of your phone. It won't have as large a processor or memory and stuff in the actual unit.
Because it won't need it.
It won't need it. Plus, and it helps reduce the cost.
Of course. So you're talking about, let me understand, if I understand you correctly, aesthetically similar from the outside, right?
Exactly. When you look at the housing and everything, it's all there. It's all the same as the higher end.
Same experience as far as the screen and the quality, the resolution, but now at a lower price point because you've de-featured it to rely on the connectivity and the feature from your phone to power the experience. Basically, is what you've done.
Right. And what a lot of people don't realize is when you go out and buy a standard aftermarket radio, you buy the radio, then you got to buy the kit, you got to buy the harness and any other accessories. Yeah. Our units include all of that.
Oh.
Now, some of the Fords, which is one of the more difficult ones, depending on if you have a 360 camera system, B&O and all that, you need to do that. GM There's the Delco Bose adapter if you have the factory Bose system and you're not adding amps and that. But other than that, everything else, the Toyota Tundra, for instance, as a matter of fact, that's one of the main units that we're launching here in our light line. It will have everything you need right there in the kit. You don't have to buy somebody else's adapter, harness, or anything like that.
Very nice. And just while we're on that Tundra application, what generation, what year to what year? Would you know offhand? Is it a 14 and up?
Yeah, 14 and up. It will fit. I think it won't fit the new one.
No, that's too new. It just came out.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
But I mean, we're talking like
it's a huge
9 years of that same platform, right? So
exactly.
That's a lot of vehicles on the road, is what I'm getting at. You know what I mean?
And again, in our settings and stuff like that, our unit will fit not only the manual climate control but also the auto climate control. It'll work with the Toyota's got the JBL system. Our unit will work with the JBL system.
So no concern about losing control or any of the analytics or any of that nature that's from the bus. No, everything's
Yep, exactly. We are the factory. Okay, and I know a lot of people say this, but we truly are the factory. And we have a factory that does our hardware, and we have a software side also. So we kind of, it makes it a lot better marriage for us, and it's a lot easier for us to develop these products and stuff like that because of that. We're not relying on somebody else.
Amazing.
We're actually able to do it ourselves.
Needless to say, the feedback in the booth has probably been tremendous.
It's been incredible. It's been incredible. And again, with this new line, because the retail price is dropped down tremendously. And again, it's going to be for us older guys, You
say that, but my wife, I didn't care for the features, but you show her a big shiny screen, she's like, yep, put that in. I'm just saying.
There you go.
All right. Walter, thank you so much for coming in. If you're interested in what we are talking about, if you're like, what are these guys talking about? Check out this link below, linkswell.inc.com. They've got crazy pictures. When you go there, you'll be like, what? This can fit in my car? It's gonna blow your mind, and you're gonna give Walter a call. Thank you so much for taking the time. I wish you the best weekend and have a great K-Fest.
See you next year.
All right. Yes, sir. Take care. All right. That was Walter Denliffson. He's the National Sales Manager for Linkswell, and a very cool source unit replacement option that you might not have been aware of. Full screen, really sexy, like I said. All right, let's close this show down. Let's get the president back in this chair over here. Mr. President.
Oh my goodness.
Look, what can I say? Your customers are excited, motivated, ecstatic about being there. The feedback has been very positive. They're check right across the board.
Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah, every single guest that you had on, I dropped him a C note and said, say something good about us, would you?
I'm sure. I don't think that's your style, but anyhow, no. But it's genuine. You can feel the enthusiasm for sure. And it you know what? It's not just one thing. You need the platform such as K-Fest, the location, the timing. Then you need the support of the vendors to be there and put in the effort. Right. And then, of course, it helps when there could be new product, because let's be honest, new product drives our industry. And when now we're starting to catch up on getting back to normal times, new product is coming out, which is an exciting thing for everybody. And last but not least, as we saw with the ribbon cutting, the dealers. Right? I mean, the dealers are super enthusiastic. So this is it. I got to pick your brain now. So we're, how many months away are we? 6-7 months away from Vegas?
None. So let's count it. We got September, October, November, December.
Yeah.
January. Bam.
6 months. Okay.
6 months, man.
This is going to be a huge show.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. You first.
So, and then, that's where the awards are going to be. And the awards are kicking off beginning of that, nominations on September 15th. So it's going to go by pretty quick. It's going to go by pretty quick.
In 3 weeks, guys, if you're listening, in 3 weeks, they're opening up the process to participate in the annual Mobile Electronics Awards. That's in 3 weeks' time. So that's coming really quick. My second question, when do we hear the news about the floor plan? Who's going to be there? When do we get that information?
Well, the floor plan's online right now. You'll see a press release come out after, but we've got people that want to be on the show floor, and we're kind of working it in right now. Honestly, we've got a full floor. There's some space left, but we're getting some non-traditional, folks in the power sports, folks in the motorcycle, tool companies. We're getting a lot more interest now that we're moving into Vegas. So we see the event, growing for the benefit of our industry. And again, our core is educating the industry. The show floor, that's really, a lot of these folks come not to sell, but to teach. Now, it's always great if you place orders because everybody's happy when you do that. But I think that's what you're going to see in Vegas, because what we get Vegas, we used to, everybody come in, they'd get the deals, they'd get the chips, they'd place the orders, and they'd set their program for the year. They'd see all the new innovation. And we've been, I say, robbed of that for a few years, but now we're back. Beginning of the year, it's all going to happen again. We've got international distributors already calling up to come in, to attend. We've got international retailers coming in. Certainly, Canada is going to be well represented at the event. And I hear you guys are going to be doing I don't want to give it away, a little something out there.
No, I'm ready to say it. Here's where we're saying right. I've been saving it for this moment. For the last 2 years, we have never appeared at any show. We have managed to, try to be safe, do what we had to do to get the message out and keep the communication and the connectivity going. Well, we're happy to say that at Knowledge Fest, K-Fest in Vegas, this is going to be the first time CMA is going to be in person. And we're going to be there in a big way with our partners, with SiriusXM and Knowledge Fest and Chris. And we're going to be there with a presence. So look out. We're going to give you more news. But yeah, we're going to be there, and it's going to be big. We'll keep it like that for now.
Yeah, we're going to be there, and it'll be So the Canadians would be well. I hear you guys are just going to. I hear you guys are just going to take over the top 12 installer and retailer this year. The U.S. is going to be like.
I've seen a couple of them already. You know what? So Marty's a good buddy of mine. He was on here tonight. He's still on here. Shout out. What's up, Marty? Yeah. I have another horse in the race. I know he's signing up. It took me, I'm going to say, 6 solid mano a mano sessions to convince him that, this is the year to sign up. I'm not going to say the name, but I'm telling you right now, you thought we dominated last year? Look out, guys. We have another dark horse in the race.
And it's awesome. It's awesome.
It's going to be great.
Hey, we get, honestly, we get nominations from all over the world.
Yeah.
I mean, we had, it's amazing. This is not just a, U.S. and Canada thing. They come in from everywhere.
And it's how can I say this? It's career changing for most guys that win it. And just the experience, the self-learning experience of actually committing to the process is what I hear a lot of comments about as well. Okay.
Around this time of year, I see a lot of the past winners posting when they see their memories come up on Facebook. Right. And just like, man, when I got this, I was.
Chris Pate just posted that this morning.
Chris Pate. And Pate's here with some of the vehicles in the house. And man, he's like, it changed my life. Changed my life.
Amazing. Well, Chris, on that note, I want to congratulate you and the MEA team for putting on yet another amazing event. The feedback speaks for itself. I'm happy that we have this opportunity to give people at home a glimpse, just a little glimpse of what they're missing. But really, start looking at Vegas right now, people. I'm going to be there. Chris is going to be there. Everybody's going to be there. Where are you doing?
Registration is open, and the hotel registration is open. Get the rooms while you can, because they're going to go fast.
There you go. Let me go ahead and put up the information so they see it, Chris. Where is it? I had it a second ago. I want them to know exactly where to go. There we go. KNOWLEDGEFEST.org. Go there. You figure out all the information. And did I hear you say you already posted the floor plan for Vegas?
It's up there, man. I already posted it. If you're at KNOWLEDGEFEST.org, go to exhibits, click on it, and it's the second map right after Dallas. It's there, man, and it's big. It's big.
Huge. Go check it out.
We're going to be having a lot of live stuff on the show floor, especially on Sunday. It's going to be a lot of hands-on stuff, things that we've never had the opportunity to do. We're going to do it in Vegas, and it's going to be epic.
Amazing. Last message for everybody tuning in.
You know what? Learn, connect, and discover. That's what we do here. We spend time in the daytime and in the evening learning from the manufacturers and learning from each other. They connect with all of their friends, and you know what? They discover new things that they take back to the store and grow our entire industry. And that's what we're all about at Knowledge Fest. And I love seeing it happen.
Well, we love being a part of it. Chris, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the show. Congratulations to the team. And you know where I'll see you next.
Awesome. Vegas, baby.
Take care, man. Bye-bye.
All right, ciao.
There you have it, guys. Thanks for hanging in there with us on this 12 Insiders. We went live to Chris Cook and his team and all the great guests that we had on today from Knowledge Fest Dallas. Obviously, a really successful show. Wish I was there, but I am super happy that I'll be at the next one. I just want to take this moment to remind you, if you haven't already checked out our website, CMA Networks, everybody you've seen on the show, all the brands, you name it, they're on there. More videos that you can learn from at your own pace on demand. So check it out, cmanetworks.com. Thanks for tuning in to this 12-volt Insider presented by SiriusXM. I want to give a big shout out to Dean Bayette for helping out, Chris Cook, and of course MEA and Knowledge Fest for letting us connect with them and all our great guests that came on today. That's it for this one. Have a great weekend, guys. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.
I mean, yeah, let's talk about today where I'm going to go.
Roll it down.
I am.
You don't need a car to listen to SiriusXM. You can listen anywhere. You know that, right?
What? Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio.
Kevin, you could use your phone.
What? What?
Alexa, play Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio on SiriusXM.
What?
This is how I know you're getting old. I guess that was it.
What?